Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking into a topic that has been stirring up a lot of discussions when people who are in the public eye, like the Carters, find themselves under scrutiny. Let's be clear. When you put out your life on social media, reactions from the public are inevitable. So before anyone start thinking about lawsuits, just know I don't have it to pay and it would be a waste of time. So let's get into today's topic. It's interesting, isn't it, how people run to hide behind the church when they're found wanting. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not disputing the existence of a creator. I honor that. But when someone like CMR talks about maybe becoming a pastor, I can't help but wonder if this is a genuine transformation or just another layer of the mask. Has he been baptized? I'm not sure, so I've heard some talk about some kind of baptism, but I'm not sure how true this is, so feel free to enlighten me in the comments. God is a refuge, yes, but only if the change comes from the heart. I hate to judge, but when I look at CMR's behavior, I see pride and a lack of remorse if he is indeed guilty. His nonchalant attitude seemed to stem from being spoiled, not just by Crissy, but also by some people in the public who keep enabling him. There's no real accountability for any of his actions, past and present, allegedly. And Crissy, bless her heart, keeps forgiving. This brings me to the concept of a trauma bond. Some people find it incredibly hard to let go of their abusers because they're holding on to the hope that change will come. But the harsh reality is that change is often unlikely, especially when there's no real remorse or desire to change. Crissy, I believe, is stuck in this cycle, forgiving because she's caught up in that emotional roller coaster of hope and hurt. And I don't think she's aware of this. Let's talk about the trauma bond and the concept of forgiveness that is unwarranted. How many times have you seen people cling to relationships that are more harmful than healing? It's something we need to discuss, especially when it's playing out so publicly. A trauma bond is a powerful emotional attachment that develops in abusive relationship. It is marked by a cycle of intense high and low, and we've seen this, making it difficult for the victim to leave. It's a psychological fact. In Chrissy's case, this might explain why she continues to forgive CMR despite past and present behavior, allegedly. She may be holding on to the hope that he'll change, or she might be afraid of the emotional fallout if she lets go. She may be afraid that she'll have a breakdown. Trauma bonds are especially difficult to break because the abuser often provides just enough positivity to keep the victim hopeful, creating a toxic loop of abuse and reconciliation, to and fro, roller coaster all the time. This can leave people like Crissy trapped, especially if you're not aware of what you're going through, believing things will improve even when all evidence points to the contrary. CMR's behavior show a lack of genuine remorse if he is indeed guilty of the last allegation. His nonchalant attitude and continuous entitlement suggests that he's been enabled by those around him. When someone is spoiled or they think the world of themselves, they often feel untouchable, believing they can escape consequences because they've always been forgiven or excused. In CMR's case, his Action and lack of accountability indicate that he might not feel the need to change, especially if forgiveness is always on the table. This entitlement and lack of empathy are common traits in narcissistic behavior, where the individual prioritizes their own needs over others, often manipulating situations to maintain control and avoid consequences. So it's not uncommon for people, especially those in the public eye, to seek refuge in the church when their actions come under scrutiny. The church can be a place of redemption and forgiveness, but for some, it becomes a affront, a way to appear remorseful without actually changing. We've heard CMR talk about, he's turning over a new leaf, he's going to be more disciplined. Disciplined in what? Narcissists, in particular, are good at using the church to their advantage. They present themselves as reformed and righteous, engaging in public displays of charity and leadership, while their private life tells a different story. This is what they refer to as cognitive dissonance. So, this dissonance between public image and private behavior can be seen in how some pastors treat their partners poorly behind closed doors, yet maintain a saintly image in the public. Cognitive dissonance is when there's a conflict in what you say you believe in and your actions. Your actions will say something different. When someone like CMR talks about becoming a pastor or a leader within the church, it raises serious questions about their true intentions and capabilities. Leadership in any form requires accountability, humility, and genuine care for others. If CMR's past behavior is anything to go by, it's hard to see how he could embody these qualities. While some people are sheeples out there, might follow blindly, attracted by charisma or the idea of redemption, many will see through the veneer. Leadership built on false foundation is likely to crumble, especially when the leader's action don't align with their teachings. And we've seen this too many times. In the past, we saw West selling Jesus is King t-shirt in Jamaica at exorbitant prices. This highlights how easily faith and religious platforms can be exploited for personal gain. In a place where many struggle to meet their basic needs, selling overpriced merchandise under the guise of faith is not just exploiting people, but also deeply insensitive. It reveals a broader issue where public figures use religion as a marketing tool, knowing that people's faith will drive them to support whatever has been sold, regardless of the cost or the authenticity of the message. So, in closing today, we've talked about trauma bonds, CMR's behavior, and the way some people use the church as a shield rather than a place for genuine repentance. It's important to remember that real change starts from within. No amount of public display or religious pastoring can replace true remorse and accountability. For those like Crissy caught in a cycle of hurt and hope, it is crucial to recognize when forgiveness becomes a tool of manipulation rather than a path to healing. As we go through these different conversations on social media, let's be cautious about who we elevate as leaders and role models. Not everyone who wears the cloak of faith has a heart for it. We must question, observe, and ensure that actions match words before offering our trust and support. Blindly following charisma or the appearance of change can lead us down the path of disappointment. So, guys, stay vigilant, be discerning. And I know a lot of you on here are very sensible, so you can see the play, you can see exactly what's going on. But as I said, there are people out there who just follow blindly. So stay vigilant, be discerning, and remember, true leadership comes with humility, accountability, and a heart genuinely set out to do good, not somebody who's parading around pretending that they're good for the sake of the public. So, thank you for tuning in. And as always, if you found this discussion valuable, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's keep the important conversation going. So, take care and stay safe. One love.